Hello. In this video, I'm going to share with you my experience of hiring my first VAs 4 years ago. I hired a lot of VAs from the Philippines for my jewelry business, Leilani Shells. And also, when I first started out creating creators training with Julian, we hired from the Philippines 3 years ago, and it was an absolute mess. So here's my experience and my top 5 tips on everything and how to avoid hiring the wrong person. I want to share what to look out for before hiring a VA. When should you even hire a VA for your business? Which platforms should you be hiring from? Which country should you actually be hiring from? Now, my favorite bonus that I'll share with you on this video later on is what I personally would hire now after having hired so many people instead of a VA. And not to forget, there's also a lot of things with AI that you can do, so I'll share just a little bit at the end so that maybe you can outsource straight away to AI and don't need a person actually. So let's jump into it. The first mistake that I have made when I was hiring my very first VA was I was looking for someone who already had the experience for the job that I wanted them to have. Now, what you gotta realize is that experience does not equal great work or actually succeeding within your company. So instead, what I always look for nowadays is just the willingness to learn. How eager are they to get their hands dirty and down to business and actually take the information, make mistakes, and then learn from them. Now, if they repeat the same mistakes, then I also know they're also not a good person to work with. Now, you also want to make sure that they are 100% available for the job. So let's say you just need someone on the side for a few hours a day. You want to make sure they are available during the time your target audience is available. Most likely for you, your audience might be in the US, in Australia, or maybe the UK. So depending on that time zone, you want to make sure that that person is awake during that time. And when you're hiring from the Philippines, it's in the middle of the night. And how can you make sure that they are actually available? Now, I do look at if they already had a previous job that was work at night, because if you have someone who used to work during the day 24/7 every single day for another company, most likely it's going to be really tough on them to adjust to the new schedule where they really work at night. And down the line, it might be a problem because I want somebody that already has the schedule, works at night, and is completely fine with this. Now, the next thing is you need to make sure they're speaking fluent English. And as the CEO, you don't want to waste your time ever sitting on interviews and getting a bad surprise of somebody that cannot even open their Zoom account or can't even speak proper English, or you kind of understand like half of what they say. So it does not work out if you have to have communication with them on the team and they maybe write fluent English and it sounds perfect, but you cannot understand what they're saying. So you want to always send out an English test. I'll link it below. That's the one that I usually use for specifically hiring VAs. Now let's move on to when should you even hire a VA for your business. Now, for me personally, I see a lot of people, especially my clients, make the mistake that they are just starting out on their business and they don't have processes in place to give to the VA. Because when I was hiring, we are a pretty systems and operations oriented business at Creators Training, and we would literally do all the work ourselves first. So I was in the DMs, I was texting with people, I was cold calling people, I was doing sales calls, I was doing lead generation, and I was just testing the processes and systems so I could know 100% of the time it works for me. So that would probably mean, or the likelihood for the VA that I hired to succeed in this role with this system is extremely high. So I don't leave anything up to chance when it is about generating revenue, leads, or talking to clients even. Most people imagine, oh, I'm gonna hire this person and magically they will do everything for me. They will deliver me clients that wanna pay me. They fix all my problems basically, which I hate to break it to you, is sadly not true. You have to be the person in the beginning that creates all the systems and processes that are proven to work for you. And then you can give those processes and systems to your VA to execute on. So for example, I was talking to one of my clients the other day and they told me, oh, I want to hire a VA. So I asked him, hey, do you have a process in place, a script for the VA to follow when they reach out to people? He said no. And I was like, then you shouldn't hire a VA. Do you know that your process works? He said, I hope so. Hope is not enough. When you are starting a business, you need to know that your process works. If you want to automate tedious tasks, just try to get the system down as fast as possible and then outsource. Now let's talk about where would you even find a VA when you're first starting out. I hired a few Filipinos from Upwork to help me. I think it was my first one was for my jewelry brand, Leilani Shells, just doing Instagram and all of that. And it all went really well until after 1 year of working together and a lot of management and a lot of coaching, she just fell off the face of the earth. Literally one day. And really funny, last year on my birthday, she actually texted me and she's like, I'm so sorry, like, can I please have my job back? And I was like, no, definitely not. Like, I need reliable people, and it was really a shock for me. So yeah, I was hiring from Upwork back then. Now I pivoted to LinkedIn. I think you can hire VAs from LinkedIn as well, and I think it's higher quality because people are actually, I don't know, there's just something about Upwork where people are a little bit lazy and expect way too much money for the work they do. And I mean, maybe I'm completely wrong. There's a lot of good people as well, but that's just my experience, quite honestly. I love LinkedIn. LinkedIn has just higher quality people in general, I feel like. So these are the two platforms I would definitely hire from. Then you also have Fiverr, but that's literally, I don't like Fiverr at all. It's very low level tasks. You can't really communicate with the person because they don't give you the opportunity to actually set up a call with them. So only if you do like tech things, they kind of allow you to communicate, but I want to talk to the person I'm working with, you know? I need to like see what they're doing. I need to interview them. Now, one platform that I forgot is Indeed. I used to hire from it a lot, but then something happened. I think they got bought up from a big company and we got banned everywhere. So I don't know what happened, but we got banned. I really liked Indeed. I found cool people there. But yeah, sadly, I can't use it anymore. But if you can, like, you go. Okay, now on to the juicy part. I tried the Philippines, but like I said, I don't recommend it. I hire now every person from Pakistan. Pakistan is such a cool country and people are just super cool, super young, hungry to learn, speak perfect English. I just a vibe. Literally, like, I could be best friends with all of them. Right now we have 4 developers from Pakistan. Julian actually flew out his developer over to Bali and he's just the coolest guy ever. Like, literally just like me and Julian just hanging out and like bros and vibing. So I'm super stoked on Pakistan. Then we have 4 DM closers from Pakistan as well, but I mean, now we actually use AI for DM closing, which if you want to learn more about how to convert leads with AI in text messages and have like conversations that anyone would have with a normal person, you can use AI for that actually. I link that down below. Oh, and then we also have our customer success from Pakistan. He's absolutely amazing, such a cool guy, so smart. I'm just impressed. I think it's the best country to hire from. Now, my other tip would be if you do like design work, I would hire from Macedonia, Ukraine. They just have the eye for it, like the aesthetics, they just know what's up. Now on to the last juicy part is what I am hiring now, because I told you I'm not hiring any VAs anymore. I only hire for long-term work. And what I would recommend to hire for you is an operations manager or somebody who just does operations. Basically, a VA is supposed to do everything in your business, right? Like emails, maybe setting up some integrations, maybe doing some scraping, maybe doing some cold outreach. I don't know, whatever you think they should do, but an operations manager is literally supposed to do all of that. So they need to know every single part of your business. And ideally, if you are taking it serious with growing your business, you should hire an operations manager that helps you out in every single part and grows with your company. So they learn, you teach them, and they stay with you. It's not like a low-level VA. It's actually a high-level person that grows with you, grows the vision, and becomes part of your company. And I just personally, after having had so many VAs, I prefer that so much more. Now we have Lydia, and Lydia is a godsend. Like, I would not be able to do anything without her. And when you're just small and you're starting out, you don't really have like roles. You have projects or tasks that need to get done. So everyone is kind of doing everything and you just have to be agile. And how you do that is hiring somebody who also does everything with you together. So you're responsible for strategy, more high-level stuff, and then you might need to do sales, or you need help with email marketing. And for that, you can have a high-level operations manager. And aside from that, if I was me 4 years ago, and if AI already existed, right now I'm literally automating everything with AI. So basically email responses, customer success, or if I have to follow up with people that didn't convert on the first call, I do this all with AI. So if you are looking for a VA who just helps with, let's say, your e-commerce emails, you can do this with AI. And again, I've linked down below a little bit more about how you can do that. But I'll definitely make a few other videos about it as well. It's super interesting and quite simple, I would say. You do have to have some examples, you have to have a database, you have to use a vector database so it learns your voice and how you speak to clients from examples. I can definitely recommend it if you haven't looked into AI and how to automate tedious tasks. Like, you have to do that. Like, I think it's the future. Damn, this video was hard to film, honestly. I'm like sweating and I'm like sitting on this ground. And like being an entrepreneur and like being a YouTuber is not the same. I was trying so hard, honestly, to like say the right things. And like, I don't know why I do this, but it's hard. Like I made a whole list here of the things that I wanted to say, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. Like today I was like hot and nervous and like all of that, but I hope I'm getting better. And like also it's like, it's so hard to like get yourself to like actually, you know, not work, and then you're like setting up the camera, you're like, okay, let's share some valuable stuff. That's just my honest thoughts right now. Like that's literally how like it is. I don't know if there's anyone who actually like is super stoked about filming videos. I don't know. I like to be like in front of my computer alone, like a little hermit crab. So I made it outside, guys. I made it outside. And yeah, I hope you really liked the video. And if you did, just subscribe to me and I'll upload more of this. And in the next videos, I'm also going to share more about our Bali villa build, investing in land in Bali, the process, the design process, the ROI that I'm hoping to get when the build is done. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this. So I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.